back to my YouTube channel. I'm back with another video and I decided to do the intro makeup free today because why not? I posted a story where I was asking you what another one brand tutorial should I do, and it ended up being a tie between Revlon and Maybelline, and then Maybelline eventually took the lead. So that's what we're doing today. I'm doing another one brand tutorial and I'm gonna be using all Maybelline product. My skin is already prepped and primed. Well, it's not primed, but it's prepped. I've moisturized, and I'm gonna start now doing my brows. I'm using this Brow Ultra Slim brow pen in the shade Deep Brown. There it is. This pencil is too thin, so I've had it for a while. The reason why I don't use it is that it takes forever for me to fill my brow. I tend to take longer using this versus my normal one. Here's the tip of my normal one versus, can you see the difference? That's why I never use it even though I've had it for a while. But I'm gonna now start filling my brows in. But I know this pencil is really good. Even the pigment, it's not too much. It's so good to be back, you guys. And it has a little brush at the back so that you can, brush out your brow hairs as you're working. So now that I'm done filling them in, I'm gonna move on to concealing, and I'm gonna use the Fit Me concealer in the shade 30. You guys know I can't really talk when I'm doing my brows, but I'm finding that this concealer is very slippery, so I should have taken it out on the back of my hand a while ago so that it kind of dries down a little bit. Now that that's done, I'm just gonna drag it down. I'm gonna move to my concealer brush now. You guys know the one that I always use, and I'm just gonna blend the rest of the concealer onto my eyelids, and that's just gonna be me priming the eyelids. Now I'm gonna take my Face Studio setting powder, and it's like a banana powder, but it's not really that yellow, but it's also not white, so it's like a perfect, this is what it looks like on the inside. I am setting it because I don't want any creases while I work with my shadow. And our eyes are ready for some shadow. Wow, you guys, I have not washed my makeup brushes. I'm embarrassed to even come on here with brushes that are not washed. For the eyes, I'm gonna be using this Nudes of New York eyeshadow palette, and it's full of nudes, obviously, and you guys know comfort zone, what's up. I want a crease that has an outer V. I actually don't know what I want to do. But I think I'm gonna pick up this shade, right? And just start to, it's called Globe Trotter. I'm just creating an outer V, right? Like that. And then I'm gonna pick up another brush and move on to the shade Explorer, this shade right here, and that's what I'm gonna be using to blend out that. The shades are blending in quite nicely. I'm just now going back and forth until I get like a really nice and smooth blend, and I'm really pulling this out at my outer corner. That means it's time for us to cut our crease, and obviously to do that I'm taking my eraser concealer because this one seems a bit stiffer than the other one. The other one is just slipping and sliding. I'm taking a super small and really flat brush. I haven't cut a crease in so long, you guys. Well, I have on a client but not on myself, so I'm just dipping the brush in there. This is like the hardest part of doing makeup. And obviously as I get towards the end, I kind of drop it, like curve downwards. I think I'm happy with that. You don't want to look up while you're doing this because the concealer might transfer to like another part of your eye. For my inner corner, I'm gonna take the shade Originator, which is like the lightest shimmer shade. I'm taking another flat brush because I want like an ombre on the lid. I don't just want like one color. That's why I put that one. Sorry, I was dyeing hair for a client and my nails got stained, so now Anyway, I've got to take the shade Inspirer, which is this gold over here, and that's what I'm going to put at the center. And then for the outer, I'm gonna take the shade Fighter, which is like bronzy shimmer shade. Take away. Oh, that looks really nice. See, that's what I wanted. Oh, that is stunning. Just look at that, guys. Just look at that. Totally here for it. Okay, now I'm gonna smoke out my waterline, and I'm gonna take that darkest shade that I was using. I love this eye. I wish I didn't have hooded lids because it would just pop more, but it's fine. We'll work with what God has given us. Done with the eyes. Now moving on to skin. That's how much fallout we had. It's not a lot of fallout considering the number of shadows we used in here. Let's see how many shadows we used. So I used 7 shades out of how many? Out of 16 shades. So that was a reasonable amount. Like, you can get an idea of what the palette can offer you if you're looking to buy it, right? I'm gonna be using their primer, which I don't like, I have to tell you, because it feels like silicone on your face, and when I put foundation over it, honestly, I feel like it moves around a lot. And this is an old one that I've had. As you can see, like, it's almost finished, and I've just kept it in like products that I no longer use because of that reason. I don't even know if there's still anything in here. Oh, there is. And that's how much I got. I don't even know if this is still safe for me to use. Okay, it says 24 months. I've definitely had it for less than 2 years. I don't know if you guys know, but if you see this little icon here on any of your makeup products, and the number that's on it is like the 24M, is a 24 months, and that's how long you're allowed to use the product. Anything beyond that means that the product has expired. Face is primed. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Fit Me Matte Poreless, and I have to tell you, this shade is actually lighter than my skin tone, and I think I like one shade darker than this, but I bought it a long time ago also, and obviously I used it once because it's not my shade, and then I was like, I'm not about to buy another one, because even when I used it, I felt like the coverage is not really nice. So I was like, I feel like I'm wasting my money buying a foundation that the initial time that I used it, I didn't like it anyway. So for that reason, I was like, I'm gonna use the same one that is the wrong shade, and I'll just have to finesse it with contouring. I'm just pouring it on the back of my hand like that, and I'm gonna pick up my Real Techniques expert face brush, and I'm gonna just dip into that and start working it onto my face. Can you guys see that it is light? But you know what, I'm gonna have to finesse it with contouring, because I was definitely not about to buy another one. Some people, like, there's very mixed reviews about this foundation. Some people love it, some people say that it is buildable. See, I can still see my spots under there. I'm just now taking my beauty blender just to make sure that I get like a really nice blend, and I'm just honestly like gonna add another layer because I feel like that layer did not do much. I'm going to obviously highlight all over my face with the Instant Anti-Age Eraser in the shade number 2, Nude. And I really loved this concealer the first time that I used it. I want to wait a bit for it to kind of dry down. I'm blending the outer parts of the concealer first before I move on to the inner corner. This is because that is where I want the most coverage, and if you leave a concealer longer and it dries down, when you blend it out, it will not move around as much. And I'm obviously trying not to touch where my shadow is. My filming in front of a camera skills are definitely rusty. You can tell that I haven't done this in a long time. So please forgive me, guys. I have not done this in a while. I love this concealer. Oh my god, I love it. And whatever is left on my sponge, I'm just gonna take on the sides of my face. I did not want to put product there because my foundation, remember my foundation is already light. So if I put concealer there, which is like also lighter, I'm definitely now gonna look like a ghost. I'm moving on to contour, and I'm using the Fit Me concealer in the shade 55. For my nose, I'm not going to take the product in directly. I'm going to swipe my brush around. And this is what's gonna help bring my complexion back. I just gotta try to blend this out with a beauty blender because I feel like it was way too dark. I'm gonna use that to blend my contour. And this is the multitask brush, so you can use it for creams as well as for powders. Now I look normal, right? I'm taking the same beauty blender and I'm just dipping into the powder like that, and I'm blending that under my eyes. And then whatever's left on the sponge, I just take to the sides of my face. And I have this Fit Me Poreless powder, and this is what I'm going to use to set the rest of my face. I thought to myself, if I really and like nothing is working and I really need to use a powder, I'm just gonna take one of the shades in the palette and use that to contour my face. Oh, and now for blush, I'm gonna use, I've had this also for a while, and the blush is in the shade number 20 brown. It's more of a pinkish shade than anything. I actually don't know if I want to smoke it out or if I want to leave it as this. Maybe let's just smoke it out in the like outer parts. So I took the darkest shade, this one, the Globetrotter, and that's what I just smoked out half of the eye with. Now for the inner corner, I think I'm gonna take that orange shade because I really fell in love with it, and I'm just gonna place that on the other half of my bottom lash, like that. I'm gonna take the shade Creator, and I think that will be like, I'm really taking a risk here, but I feel like that will be like close to my contour shade, because I really want to just help deepen the contour on my nose, because as I've told you guys that I didn't buy a contour powder. I picked up their collaboration with Puma, and it's called the Chrome Highlight. That's just what it's called. Oh, and it's in the shade number 8, Knockout. Oh, that's nice. And I thought it would be too much, but it's really nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna spray my face now. Spray, obviously lasting fix. You guys know. These lashes feel like they're a bit too dramatic for this eye, yes. Why can I drama so much? I'll decide if I'm in love with these or not. But for lips, I have two. I have a red, and then I have this color. It's called Unstoppable, and it's also from their collaboration with Puma. I'm not sure that I'd feel a red with this look. No. So I'm gonna go with this. If I feel like it's too dark, I'm gonna mix it. These are the only lip stuff that I have from Maybelline. So if I feel like this is too dark, obviously I'm gonna mix it with a bit of concealer. Oh, it smells like dessert. Oh, it smells so good. And if you know me, you know that by now I'm probably rotating more towards blending it out, because it does feel like it's a bit too dark for my liking to conceal or to not conceal. This is definitely not my comfort zone in terms of a lipstick. Would I go on looking like this? It also feels very dry on the lips. I'm using the Great Lash mascara. Not clumpy at all. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, to comment, to subscribe. I am going to see you on my next video. I really am in love with how this look came out. I am so happy to be back, and I keep looking there because that's where my mirror is, but I have to look here in front in your eyes. Okay guys, I'm gonna see you on my next video. Stick around, watch my Valentine's Day hair tutorial if you want to see, because I see now on the Instagram streets red hair is like in. So if you want to get your hair red, please watch that video that I uploaded I think about 2 weeks ago, and I will see you guys on my next video. Okay.